Happy Monday, everybody. For today's lesson, this is a lesson post. I want to talk about the difference between farther and further and how you create roles within your company that enable people to experience both. So the first thing to understand that difference and the way that I sort of interpret it, farther is a measure of distance, further is a measure of degree. Okay, so if you want to look at it as somebody going farther, then they're going along the surface. And if somebody's going further, then they're drilling down deep. And they both have their purposes and they both have their places. But I think it's an important thing to ask yourself in creating any role and in hiring people, are you creating a role where people can go further or a role where they can go farther? And farther, I'll start with that. So with farther, those are, to me, skills and skill sets and positions that are sort of general. So like sales maybe, or something that's sort of a technical skill that can be used in different businesses. Whereas to be further would be things that are specific to that company, the way that it operates, and the ethos of the way that it creates and differentiates itself in the market. So they're becoming more embedded. So again, you need both roles, but I think that sometimes we can get confused as to which one is which. So if you're creating a role where somebody is going to go farther, then at some point you have to recognize that the next place for them to go is possibly and probably going to be not with your company. And you have to support that and basically be able to have the maximum amount of value exchange both ways within that sort of structure. And then have the systems and processes in place so that when that person, basically goes beyond your solar system or beyond your reef, for those Moana fans, then the company doesn't get hurt because of it and is still on the trajectory that works that way. Now, if you're creating a role where somebody's going to go further, that's where a lot of the real growth internally can happen because they're learning things sort of on the job, applying them and perfecting them. And that, in a lot of ways, is really the essence of how I believe you can operate a lean company, right? Is that you're testing, validating, recalibrating, re-experimenting, and testing and validating again. And that's the kind of thing that is the further idea, going further and further deeper. And with those, it's a lot harder to replace, but it's also a lot harder to be replaced because there's an inherent sort of joy that comes with that kind of work and seeing the fruits of your labor. So, all that to say that I think you need both kinds of things in a business, but it's important to understand from the outset if this is a